Doggone it. Doggone it. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Josh, aka Future Filmmaker 39480 Reviews, where I do talk movies, TV shows, and music, trailer reactions, all that stuff. And holy crap, another bad movie, because I'm here to talk about Netflix's horror film, The Silence. The Silence, which is based on the novel of the same name by Tim Levin. Is directed by John R. Leonetti, the guy who gave us Wish Upon, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and Annabelle. And the plot of this movie is, this is basically, in the words of Patrick Burrow, I definitely agree with him, a ripoff of A Quiet Place. Basically, the world is under attack from creatures who hunt their human prey by sound. And we follow this family. And the teenage girl, Allie, who is played by Kiernan Shipka. Sabrina Spellman herself is in this movie. And she lives with her parents, Hugh and Kelly, and her maternal grandmother, and her brother, and their dog. And then you have the news of this outbreak that spreads. And what happens is Allie is deaf. And she lost her hearing at age 13. And her family lives in a remote refuge. However, we find a cult who are eager to explore her heightened senses, and on top of that, the family must do everything they can to survive in the silence. And if they don't, if they make any sort of sound, these bats basically start coming and killing you. Oh my goodness! Why did I watch this movie? Literally, why did I watch this movie? Because this is basically A Quiet Place and a Bird Box done worse. This is a complete retread of ideas explored better in other horror movies and TV shows. This is barely a freaking scary movie itself. Now, this was supposed to come out in 2017, but they have financial troubles, and the original distributor sold various films, including this, to Netflix, and then this got put on Netflix on April the 10th. And this movie does everything wrong. This is a complete remake of A Quiet Place and Bird Box. The entire, almost a lot of plot threads are basically a ripoff. I know this is based on a novel, but this is more based on a ripoff of A Quiet Place, which had the same exact premise, which is done better. And the freaking premise is just, the script is so freaking lazy. It's a lazy script. The dialogue by Carrie and Shane Van Dyke adapting this novel is terrible. The dialogue in this movie is flat out terrible and horrendous. It's some of the worst dialogue I've ever seen, I've ever heard. It is one of the worst scripts I've ever heard in my life. And it's one of the worst scripts of any movie entirely. This makes the script for After look like a freaking Academy Award nominee. I'm not joking. It really does make After look like a better movie, which After is way worse than this, and that was a freaking romance movie that didn't even try. This barely doesn't even try. The cinematography is some of the most dull, laziest camera work I've ever seen, especially, and half the time in the movie you can't even see what the heck is going on because either the colors are just sucked out, or two, the camera doesn't even make you feel like you're actually watching it, actually there. What do you invest in these characters? And on top of that, you don't even get any type of character development with any of these characters except for the main girl. And possibly the father. And there's a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of continuity errors inside this movie. Where did the cave the species come from? Why did they kill these people? Why did they seek noisy areas? Nothing is explained. It's made up as it goes along. I guess even the darn editing is very choppy and poorly paced and poorly executed. And this movie is only an hour and 30 minutes long, and it is the most boring hour and 30 minutes ever. And I thought After and Hellboy 2019 were boring. This is way boring. And the acting, oh my goodness. Let me get this right. You have great actors in here. John Corbett, Miranda Otto from Eowyn from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Stanley Tucci, great actor, wasted. And like I said, you got Sabrina Spellman in her herself, Kiernan Shipka. She's very pretty in the movie. She is good in the movie. And I feel like her and Stanley Tucci are the only two people who try. And the way you treat the portrayal of being a deaf teenager is just so horrible. And there's a lot of plot holes related to our character being deaf, which never gets resolved, never gets explained. It just makes this entire movie feel like nothing happens. It feels boring at times. It doesn't even feel like a freaking scary movie, and this is supposed to be a horror film. Not even the direction is competent. The direction is not even that competent, and I shouldn't have expected this, since this is coming from the director of Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is that may be a guilty pleasure, but that is still a bad movie nevertheless. And Annabelle, which I didn't hate. This movie freaking irritates me beyond belief. And the fact that this movie, it just, the creatures are not even that interesting either. It's just everything, this is everything done wrong in a freaking horror movie. It's been done. This is basically a basic cliche that's gone on wrong 4 times in a row this year, with Serenity, with Replicas, with this movie, and with Polaroid. It's that bad of a movie, guys. I don't even know why I watched it. Yes, you do have a somewhat creepy moment in the middle of the movie, but that is not enough to save the film. The music is not even enough to save the film. The music is kinda creepy, I guess. But overall, not even beautiful Kiernan Shipka and Stanley Tucci and Miranda Otto can't save this from being as bad as it is. And I'm surprised it got put on Netflix. Netflix, you've been on a roll with your movies and TV shows. 13 Reasons Why, Glow, recently Sex Education, and top of your movies, To All the Boys I Loved Before, The Perfect Dates, The Kissing Booth, which I don't hate, but I thought that movie was okay. And even most of your good Netflix movies, especially Bright. This movie is just all kinds of awful. And for that alone, The Silence is an epitastic failure. So, once again, just like Polaroid, I was getting ready to say Godzilla King of Monsters, which is a better movie than this. The Silence, just like Polaroid, is gonna get a seal of disapproval again for being a failure of a horror movie. Alright guys, that was my extreme rant on The Silence. Let me know what you guys think about this movie down below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I will see you guys in the next video. You guys keep it cool. Be sure to follow all my social media links down below and join the epitassicness.